Do you ever watch Shadas?
Shadas?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know who Kimani Marley is?
Key Money Marley?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why I know so much about this, but he's one of the Marley sons.
Okay.
There's like 13 of them, and they've all dabbled in music at some point.
Do they all play music like Bob?
They're all reggae for sure.
One of them's country.
You know, Josiah Marley just went in a different direction.
One of them does K-pop.
You know, once he got loose on Rumspringa. We're here with Tad Walters today on BK's Chop Shop. What up, Tad? Thanks for being here.
Hey, glad to have me.
Yeah, glad to have me.
I'm panicking.
That's crazy. So Tad is a chef. He used to. You're no longer at
No longer do stand-up.
Stephanie Izzard's.
Oh, I thought stand up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm retired, dog. I'm at the game. No longer at Steph's.
Yeah, when I met you, you were working at, I think it was Duck Duck Goat as the sous chef.
Yep.
One of Stephanie Izzard's restaurants, and you also like moonlighted at like Little Goat Diner or something.
Yeah, so at some point, I was a sous chef at Little Goat and at Duck Duck, just at different times.
Okay.
I got promoted to sous chef first at Little Goat when they opened up Sugar Goat, the bakery, right after COVID. And then they closed the bread program down, and then I moved over to Duck Duck, where I first started for Steph to be a sous chef, and I was there for a little bit before I dipped.
Nice. And where are you now?
Now I'm at the Loyalist in West Loop. Right
You're at the Loyalist?
I am, right underneath Smyth. 3 Michelin stars. Woo-woo.
That's one of my favorite burgers in the city.
People say it's a very good burger.
Do you say that?
I think it is very good. I think it is one of the best in the city. I think saying your best burger is very difficult.
It is.
Like,
it is a burger.
It just got
it's
rated
tough.
like the 19th best burger in the world, and to me,
In the
that just
world?
seems like so hard to quantify.
I agree.
I feel like lists like that are just kind of silly. I think it's a really good burger. I personally, as far as Chicago goes, I'm a Red Hot Ranch guy.
I think Red Hot Ranch is the best cheap burger you could get in the city.
And I agree. Here's my thing with burgers too. Like, and you can say this about a lot of food, right? About how it scales up, but like with a burger, so the Red Hot Ranch burger,
Yeah.
is like $7.20 double cheeseburger with fries, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. $7.20, $8.20, whatever.
It's
Loyalist
under
burger,
$10.
Yeah, Loyalist burger is like I think 28 with fries.
It is
7.28 with
higher.
Fries.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's a national restaurant. That being said, as someone that makes it, we do a lot of stuff that makes it worth that money. I mean, we make everything but the bun and the cheese in-house. We make pickles that take 3 weeks. We make an onion mayo from cooking onions in oil and making a mayo out of that. Like, we pickle onions for it. Like, we use Marmite reduction on it. Like,
What is Marmite?
Marmite.
For the folks at home who don't
Honestly,
know.
that's a great question. There are so many lapses. It's like decomposed. I don't know. Let's Google it.
Yeah.
Marmite?
Could you look up Marmite?
This is actually, I've been wanting to know for a while. I keep telling myself to Google it, and I don't.
We'll make sure
I
nobody
know
at
it's
work
like
sees
broken
this.
down. It feels like we make our own. Smith makes their own Marmite. Marmite.
Is it like Vegemite? For that matter, what is Vegemite?
That one's Australian. I know. Apparently
That answers it.
Australians love Vegemite. That's all I know.
They
about
do. I've had it. It's very bitter. I don't like it.
Marmite is a sticky brown,
Yep.
Oh, that's sticky brown.
Sticky brown.
distinctive salty, powerful flavor, and heady aroma. This is distinctive taste and represent.
A sticky brown what? Mustard?
It's not mustard.
It says it's not the same as Vegemite, though they're both.
Close to Vegemite.
Yeah, it's just really saying like what they taste like. It's not saying what it's used for. You want me to find out what it's used for?
Just
No,
know
that's okay.
What makes it? I
I'ma
think it's just like
I'ma
it's
find it.
decomposed food.
Vegemite. Marmite.
Marmite.
Marmite spread.
Made from yeast extract, a byproduct of beer brewing process.
Yeast.
Yeast extract.
Vegetable juice.
Wow.
Natural flavoring, which includes celery.
Okay.
and scientists.
That was kind of right.
Okay, so it's like it is an offshoot of Vegemite. It's made in
Okay.
New Zealand.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is all news to me.
So you make it.
I don't make it. We don't make them. We get Marmite in.
You get
We make
Marmite
a
in.
Marmite with like burnt onion. We make a reduction, and that goes on the burger. Just like a little drip of it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Anything with like yeast, like this, I will say, like anything with yeast, like we do like a yeast cream that we use in a couple different like
Yeast cream
bechamel
sounds
sauces. Yeah, right. Sounds not great. But,
sounds dischargey.
It does have this like it adds like a depth of flavor to stuff. It's like mushrooms almost. So I add a depth of flavor to things. It tastes good. It tastes good on a burger. Long story short, we put a lot of work into the burger. I get why it's $28. Like I break down the beef every single day for the burgers we use that night.
So okay, so question, like
Yeah.
do you notice a difference? Obviously you charge a lot for your burger. It's a nice restaurant. You're going to make your own pickles.
Yeah.
Do you notice a difference between the pickles you make and pickles you buy?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, one, just taste-wise, like they will taste different. Whatever spices you use in your pickle liquid will change the flavor of them.
Oh, yeah,
Some
whatever you
things-
brine them in makes
Sure.
it different.
Yeah,
Huh?
whatever vinegars you brine them in. Even like sometimes there's like nicer vinegars that taste better that you can taste the difference in like a shitty vinegar and like a good vinegar that you pick.
Wow.
But there's also things too of like unless you have a really good palate, it's things you just notice from like, oh, I've had these pickles. I've tried one of these pickles every day for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So I know how that tastes compared to insert other pickle. Right?
A dill pickle
So
or a
it's not like I have
classic.
like a crazy palate. More so, I just have a lot of experience with this, and I know how it's different than something else.
Interesting.
That being said, like again, all that work, when I know about it, makes it worth the $28. If I didn't know about it, man, I grew up poor as hell. Like
Yeah.
$28 for burger and fries does not sit good with me, right?
Sure.
And I would say too, like even though the Loyalist burger is like a better burger than Red Hot Ranch, if you think about like the marginal utility you get from each of these burgers, I think they're like pretty close. Like if I was really hungry and had a Red Hot Ranch burger, if I was really hungry and had a Loyalist burger, I would feel somewhat equally satisfied by both of these burgers afterwards. And I don't know if that difference warrants $20.
I agree, but I also think when people go to the Loyalist, like it's hard to go on a date to Red Hot Ranch.
True.
Unless you find a fucking baddie that just loves to bang fast food.
There are baddies that love Red Hot Ranch.
My girlfriend.
They exist. Also, the shrimp at Red Hot Ranch. Let's not sleep on that. The shrimp at Red
Oh, the
Hot
fried
Ranch,
shrimp?
They're incredible.
Yeah.
They're a little pricey, but it's also shrimp in Chicago. I think they're great. That's like that and the burger are banging.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a great date spot. I think for how much the burger gets credit, the actual restaurant itself, I think we're a good French restaurant. We do a lot of like whiteboard specials. We change the menu up fairly often, especially the past like year or so. I think it's a great date spot. I think people almost undersell it by coming just for the burger. But I do think it's cool that you can go there and just get, like, they have a burger and a shot deal. I think they do.
I saw that. I've only been once, and I saw it. I love that kind of shit.
If you want to get a burger and drink, it's a great spot for that. You know, there's a TV up there you can watch sports on. But also, too, if you want to have, like, a nice dinner, get, like, a half chicken or a trout grenoblas or something, get some nice, like, really, like, tight appetizers, you know, like, and starters. I think it's a great restaurant.
Yeah.
That's why I still work there. That's why I like it. Being under Smyth is cool, too, because we get
Is
a
it
lot of...
a shared restaurant, kind of?
So they're different restaurants. We have a shared walk-in. We have a lot of shared prep space.
Shared owners?
Same chef.
Okay.
Same chef owns both. They have different like executive chefs.
Got it.
Both named Brian, actually.
Confusing.
But Big Brian downstairs, Brian Francis, great chef. But we use
Big Brian?
Big Brian really calm because he's a large man, and then there's
Yeah, for
little
sure.
Brian upstairs who's less big.
You prefer your chef to be a larger man.
I
feel
do.
like.
It makes it a little more easier to accept when they yell at you.
Yeah.
Because they're smaller than you, I'm just like, Tom, what are you talking about? It's like a toddler getting mad at you. But when they're bigger than you, it's like, oh, all right.
All right. Yeah, I'll shut up.
Yeah, I'll shut up. You can beat me up. That's fair. But like we get a lot of drop down, like we get a lot of leftover stuff from Smyth. You know, if it's not like perfect insert fruit or whatever, we use it and it's still really high quality. It's just not what they need it for. So we use a lot of cool ingredients. We use a lot of really good produce from a lot of the local farms. Like I think it's a really cool place. Highly recommend people check it out. I'm not just plugging it because I work there. I think it's legit a good restaurant.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it when I was there. We got I went with a couple friends. We got like a spread of like a couple entrees and appetizers, and then we each got a burger.
Best way to eat.
Oh yeah, we tried a little bit of
Go to a
everything.
nice restaurant, go in the group of like 4. And you can just buy half the menu, split everything. Best way to eat food.
It was so cool to try everything. I really enjoyed it, and I also tried the smash burger.
Yeah.
And I thought the smash burger was better than the
Did you do
bigger
like,
burger.
when you went, do you remember if it was like the French smash or if it was just like the classic with like the Russian dressing and everything?
It had Russian dressing on it. Yeah.
Classic rips.
I really, really liked it. I was like, because I'm a big smash burger guy too.
Oh, I am too. I prefer it.
Yeah.
It had date ketchup on it. Oh,
Yes.
So good. So simple too. Just smoked dates and vinegar.
Yeah, you say simple, but that's I would never at home.
So good.
How long you been chefing, man?
Not a long time. I don't even call it chefing because I just don't. No, I don't feel like I'll ever call myself a chef, even though that's probably not true. At some point, I will. I just don't feel qualified for that title.
Do you feel like it's like a gig for you right now, or do you just feel like the craft you haven't earned the title chef?
Yeah, it's a craft. I haven't earned the title chef. You know, to me, also like, to me, chef just isn't a good cook. Chef is like someone who's like run a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a whole like business manager side that comes with
Interesting.
chef. That's not just like, to me, a chef is someone who is like a leader, is someone who, again, is like a manager of a restaurant. And like, there's so much that goes into it that's not just cooking food.
What does the sous chef do then?
So the sous chef is basically like an assistant manager.
Okay. Of the restaurant too, or you just do the kitchen?
It's usually this kitchen. So like most restaurants will have like the chef and a sous chef. Depending how big the restaurant is, maybe a couple of sous chefs, and maybe even more like junior sous chefs or other kind of managers. Whereas the front of house will usually have their own like assistant manager, general manager that runs like rip new Glarus.
Makes you burp.
They'll be the people who are running the front of house stuff, and they'll do their own scheduling and take care of that. I'm sure at some places it's small enough to where like one person does a lot of it.
Sure.
At a lot of restaurants, there's usually a split that have different hierarchies.
And what is your job at the Loyalist?
I'm basically like...
or like where in the kitchen are you? Are you building burgers? Are you doing like prep stuff?
So I'm like the lead prep cook in the morning.
Okay.
I've been there long enough and I know the menu well enough. And I do a lot of work outside of just my prep job to where I'm like, I'm a sous chef without the title.
Sure.
Or a lot of the responsibilities, so I don't have to do a lot of the ordering and stuff. But I do a lot of the prep. I'll still wait for service sometimes. But yeah, I prep just about everything in the restaurant. I mean, it's a small enough spot. I mean, you've been before. It's a fairly small restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, like a busy night for us is anything over like 200 people, which for a lot of restaurants is nothing.
For the whole night?
Yeah. For the whole night. Like that's like a busy night for us. So it's just like in the morning, it's me, the head chef, and then we have another prep cook, and then we crank shit out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of knives do you use?
I have a couple different ones. I do a lot of literally breaking down meat, not even like cool butchery. I do some cool butchery. I do like we do these pig face like head cheese, which is really cool. So I get to like skin a pig face off and cut out the glands and everything. We cure it, roll it, sous vide it for 2 days, and then we slice it. So it comes out looking like prosciutto or like any kind of
pig
like
cheek lunch meat.
Yeah, so it's called head cheese.
Oh, dude, my cholesterol's going up just hearing about it. That sounds delicious, though.
It's delicious, but that's something cool I get to do. But
with that, did you learn to do that, or did you have to take like a butchery class?
I learned that there from Brian. Everything I've learned on the job.
So you might not know how to break down a cow, but you could fuck up a pig cheek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or maybe you do know how to break down a cow. I don't know.
Pretty good work on a cow. I mean, cows is specifically because I grew up in FFA.
We were talking about that earlier. What FFA is West Texas? East
FFA
Texas?
is everywhere. It's just an organization. It's Future Farmers of America. It's like 4-H. Have you heard of that at all?
Okay.
But it's basically...
So your family was farmers?
My family has people who farm in our family.
Yeah.
My family specifically was not. My dad's a mechanic.
Okay.
But he lives out
in
East
farms?
Texas. Yeah, for a lot of farmers, yeah.
Okay.
But FFA in general is usually like agricultural training, essentially, for students. So a lot of it is raising livestock animals.
Oh,
so
wow.
Like livestock show and rodeo. So like I showed animals for 2 years in high school. I showed pigs and helped people with steers and goats and lambs and stuff.
And this is part of your high school, or is it like a program outside of it?
It was like a class I took, but it was also stuff I did outside of school. So like in the morning I would go and feed my pig, go to school. We'd have an ag class.
One pig?
One pig per show usually.
Okay.
So like we would have 2 shows
Show?
a year. Yeah, a livestock show.
Oh, okay.
So like you raise the pigs.
It's a whole new world to me, man.
You raise the pigs to go to auction essentially. So what you do is you spend the whole 6 to 8 months raising them, feeding them. You also want to like train them to walk around in like an arena. So you have a little swatch. You've probably seen. Like,
I've seen the angry girl walking around, with the stink face.
They're crazy.
And is there like a strategy behind the angry face?
I think it's just the meta of trying to make eye contact. You're supposed to try to make eye contact with the the person who's choosing the pigs as often as possible. So you keep your head up and you're trying. I think it's just them being focused on it. I think they just accidentally.
Oh, so she's just like a little crazy.
A brother and a sister.
Yeah.
I follow on Instagram. Anytime anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about with MFA, I show them that clip, and I'm like, oh yeah. But that's like the meta of like trying to like do it at a high level. Is that you like learn how to like. So what happens? You raise your pig. You take it to the livestock show. So we do the Pasadena, and then we do the Houston one in the spring. You have a pig for 6 to 8 months. You raise it, and then you feed it. You walk it around, get a nice workout, make sure there's a good balance of muscle and fat. That's what like the judge is looking for. And then you take it to show where they have a big livestock show combined with a rodeo. And you basically, with all the other pigs in whatever area you're showing at, they'll go by weight classes. And so you'll go out there in like, I don't know, 250-pound range. And there'll be 40,
the bigger the better, I assume.
Not always. It's just about like definition, right?
So quality is better.
You can have a small pig that has really good muscle and fat, balance versus you can have a really fat pig that's like all fat, no muscle.
Got it.
Weighs 80 pounds more, but it's not going to be as good to eat.
Okay.
Anyway, so you're showing these pigs around, and you literally are walking around with a little swatch and guiding it around, and then the guy in the middle is picking the best ones for that weight class. It usually goes to like 10.
How does he know by looking at it?
It's just how the pigs look, how they walk, how they
wiggle, baby.
And then also too, like again, a lot of it is just like what little things are you doing to get the judge's attention, right? So a lot of the people will like try to make eye contact as often as possible. A lot of times it's like flashy outfits. I was wearing like fucking pearl snap cowboy shirts, my nice cowboy.
So there's like a whole strategy
cowboy
behind
hat.
all this shit.
For sure. Like there's so much that you control, right? And most judges are looking just for like which pigs look best.
So you're out there dressed like the Lone Ranger, just fucking hawking pigs.
I look like Brokeback Mountain out there. It was great. I'm liking these pigs, and the guy basically chooses the 10 best ones for the weight class, then takes the top one from each weight class, and that's like the finals. And then he picks the
That's how you get an A?
Not an A. It's how you get money.
So you're getting money for this school credit.
They go to auction. So like these pigs, like you spend time and money raising them, you take them to auction. If you're like, especially if you're like grand champion, reserve champion, you'll like sell your pig for thousands more dollars than you spent on it. Like the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo grand champion hogs will go for like $100K.
Do they breed the hog or do they eat it?
You can't breed them. Almost they're all castrated. So like
so they eat it.
So instead of bulls, they're steers. Yeah, so they eat it.
So if I went to a restaurant, would they charge me a lot of money for like a prized auction pig? Is that a thing?
The thing with the reason the money gets so high for a lot of it, I think, is because a lot of people do it as there's some kind of charitable thing to it.
It's a flex.
Yes.
Yeah, baby, I bought the top pig.
For the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, it's like the biggest livestock show and rodeo I think in the world, or one of the biggest.
Yeah, you get a blowjob if you buy the biggest pig.
Yeah, and so these pigs, again, like the Grand Champion hogs, like $100K sometimes. Grand Champion steers, like $500,000.
$100K?
That people pay for it, but it's usually groups of people. It's usually like 5, 6, 7, 8 people, like rich oil wives, these oil tycoons, and I think they do it because one, they have the money, and I think two, they may be able to write it off or something because it's students and it's charity. I don't know, but I think that's why it gets so expensive.
What do they do with the pig though?
They eat it. Yeah, they eat it. They'll split it up against the people that paid for it, and then you just...
That's the ultimate rich person thing, to buy a $500,000 pig.
Yeah, I bought the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Grand Champion pig or steer,
yeah,
and got it broken down, blah, blah, blah. But, like, my first year I raised pigs, my pig did fairly well. It made it so in the finals, if the pig that won your weight class, like, gets chosen and is in, like, the top 12 total, then the second pig from that weight class comes into the ring. So, and sometimes, for example, say there's like 10 weight classes.
What ring? The ring for the auctioneer guy?
For the auctioneer guy.
Okay.
For the judge. So, say there's 10 weight classes.
Uh-huh.
All 10 number one pigs go into the ring for the finals. Say the lowest weight class pig is the grand champion pig, and they're picking the rest of them. The second pig from that weight class will come into the ring. So multiple pigs from
and
the
replace
weight class
him.
Can make it in like the top finals of the pigs.
Interesting.
So my pig was like second in its weight class and made it to the finals, but didn't get picked for the top 12.
Okay.
So it's still a pretty good pig.
So you sell a $500,000 pig. What do you get paid?
And so I didn't sell $500,000. So you
It's just if you did.
You make whatever money you get from it. So like I didn't make any money from that one, from that livestock.
But you could make a $500,000
if people are really good at it. And that's the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, the really big one. The local one we do, the Pasadena one, way smaller cash prizes for that.
What are we talking?
I couldn't tell you. I never got close.
Okay.
It was the closest I got, and even then, like my mom was in the rodeo committee stuff. She was a volunteer a lot, so there are a lot of people who are like middle class, maybe even like a little blue collar, who are like, oh, like I still want to be a part of this and be involved in this community. Hey, I'll buy. Like my mom knew people. They're like, oh yeah, if your pig doesn't sell, I'll buy it for like $4K or $5K. So I think we sold my first pig for $5,000.
So there's still money to be made.
Absolutely. Like we
selling like starter farm pigs.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like we sold like
starter farm pigs.
People's first pig or something like that. Like
I mean, to buy maybe, yeah, to eat, but.
Super rich, but like I know a lot of people, like from the TV show we just filmed, we were out in like farm country.
Sure.
And a lot of the farmers, they had huge land, but they were just like normal people, right?
Yeah.
And they had like one pig. I'm
One lonely pig on 30 acres.
Like one pig with like 20 chickens, but then they had a lot of cows.
They had one
Sure.
pig.
Lots of cows. But
Maybe they didn't need that many pigs.
Little Charlotte's Web action going on.
Before they
Yeah.
had a pig, they were like, hey, we need to go to the auction and buy a pig, and they went to a place like you had. Right?
Yeah, they definitely didn't go to Petco.
It depends how old you're trying to get them at too. So for example, like my ag teacher.
Who, what?
That's a smart idea.
What?
A Petco for farm animals.
I'm sure it
I think that's
exists.
just a farm. I think that's just a farm. I think it's just a breeding farm.
That's a farm.
Close though, we're there. But yeah, so like my ag teacher. So like I lived in like burbs of Houston. We're like 20 minutes from downtown, but like 20 minutes from like pretty rural places.
Yeah.
So my ag teacher was a farmer for his job.
Your what teacher?
My ag teacher, like my agricultural teacher. Like
Oh, ag teacher, agriculture.
So he would like basically my mom would give him like for our pig, we'd give him like $300, and he'd go to an auction that was auctioning off like piglets.
Yeah.
And then he'd find one that he could get that he liked for $300. He'd bid on it.
Yeah, you gotta get 'em
for that
young.
much, and then bring it into me, and then I raise it for the next 6 to 8 months.
That's
So
insane.
there are people that just sell piglets for a livestock show.
That's wild.
And there's like different breeds that are good for me.
Did you have to
and
buy
some
the
that are good
piglet
for
from
others.
him?
We would give the teacher money to go get it, but yeah, I mean,
So you're essentially getting it. But like, I just want to be clear.
he was a pig dealer.
If he was a pig dealer, if you won the Houston whatever the hell, and you sold top pig,
Yeah.
you get $500K
it
minus
was like
what you spent on the pig.
For the pig, the most expensive one was like around 100K.
Okay, so you could make
80K.
So you win that once a year. That's you could be your whole job.
Yeah, but no one. It's so competitive. It's so hard. It's a Houston Livestock Show.
Got to get the
I
mob
don't-
involved.
I don't know who. Like my school never even sniffed even getting close to winning that. It's so competitive.
I'm sure they were really
But there are really good people. So there was someone. Her name was Brittany something. She went to Deer Park High School.
Brittany
and
Reiner.
She was really. It was Brittany. Yeah, it was the one black woman at Deer Park High School.
She went on to play in the WNBA.
Does Deer Park High School sound like a place that has minorities? Absolutely not. It was the whitest place. But Brittany something.
Was it who?
She was really good at like I think she had family that did it or like whatever, but she would win several different events multiple years at the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo, our local.
Which was much smaller.
Much smaller.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of schools. It's like 4 or 5 schools that are out there that all
Got it.
But I remember one year she won like rabbits, chickens, steer, and like goat all in one year. So she was probably racking it up. Like
That's crazy.
you
For a
want
high
the
school
minor
student,
ones.
that's
Yeah, for a high
crazy.
student,
Yeah. She
I
paid
think-
her way through college.
Yeah, I think her family. I mean, what's crazy is a lot of people do, right? That's how a lot of people get scholarships. We every year did a calf scramble where they literally let a calf loose in a dirt arena and let a bunch of high schoolers chase after it with rope. And the person who ties it with their rope, who like hog ties it down, gets a scholarship.
Can
That's
you
how you-
fight
that's how
each
you get
other? Can you
scholarships
push
and
one guy off the rope, or is it?
I mean, I'm sure you could like get a little stiff arming, but
Yeah.
I'm sure if you did something heinous, you'd get in trouble. But,
Okay.
like, it was literally just.
That's how they gave a
That's how you
scholarship
get
to the
scholarship
best
in Texas.
roper.
Yeah, that's how you get scholarship. No, it wasn't even roping over the head. It was like you chase after the steer. There's like 20 of you.
Oh, so it's like running of the bulls
And
almost.
you just tackle it and try it, and like it's usually 3 or 4 of you tackle it, and then someone's the first to wrap it, and the person who wraps it gets a scholarship.
Do steers have horns?
Not usually. They're usually smaller. Calves are smaller. They're babies.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't have horns yet.
No one's getting run over.
Yeah, and a lot of steers don't even have super big horns either.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it depends on the breed.
That's fucking crazy. So this MFA, FFA, what was it called?
FFA,
Future Farmers of America.
Yep.
FFA, does that exist in most rural places, or is
Not
it a
even rural,
Texas
it's like
thing?
pretty common. It's like pretty common.
Is
around
it?
Yeah, it's pretty common
Yeah,
around
I
the
should know what
country.
it is.
Yeah, it's like that and 4-H are pretty interchangeable. But
FFA.
It is common. It is more common in rural areas, but a lot of places in like that has space to do it, that have an ag barn, will do it. And people do different events too. Like my school did most of the livestock shows, but where my cousin lived out in like where my dad lives out in the country, they'll have like tractor repair as a competition or like milk grading as a competition.
I've been to tractor repairs and tractor pulls.
Sure.
I had a friend whose parents did that up in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, tractor pulls are sick.
Tractor pulls they would have these like big like fucking 16-cylinder engines just cranking. It was very cool.
Yeah, have you ever seen the like water buffalo like drifting and like Vietnam or something. I can't remember where it's at. It's on Netflix.
No, but now I
Netflix,
want to.
There's a Netflix show that's like 5 like really weird like regional sports.
I watched the first episode of that. That's where they do like that boxing
Boxing
thing
soccer game in Italy.
in Italy
Yeah.
in Florence.
I wish I lived there. I want to play that game so bad.
Then they just beat the fuck out of each
No
other.
one shoots the ball. They all dunk it. And I'm like, dude, let a shooter rip. I would change the meta. I would change the strat if I played that game. Anyway, but yeah,
I think you gotta like be born
you gotta be
there.
born there. It's
Yeah.
a bummer. But on the same dock, they have a sport where it's like these water buffalo. It's like people racing water buffalo on sleds, like water sleds, and like rice paddies.
That's crazy.
It's fucking sick. And the highlight reels are like slow mo, and people are like drifting through the rice. It's nasty. Anyway, it's like that. But
That sounds fun.
it's fucking awesome.
So okay, crazy.
I don't know
man.
how we got on the tangent, but
I don't either, but that was a good
Everyone
ass
to know about the
tangent.
water buffalo drifting because it's so cool.
I think it started because I asked you what kind of knives you use, and then we started talking about butchering. So what kind of knives do you use?
For the butchering, since I do a lot of like kind of really shitty butchery, because I break down beef for a burger, so it's just chuck arm roll and short rib. I'm just taking like silver skin off, so I have these like kind of just really.
Do you then
shitty,
put it into like a thing?
generic- Yeah, with grinder and everything. We do grinder afterwards. So I take everything that won't grind well out, and then we grind, and I cut it into squares and grind everything. So I don't need nice knives for that. I got a set of knives from when I was on Hell's Kitchen, so I use a couple of those still today. I have a knife I don't even know the brand of from my friend that owns Northside Cutlery in Chicago. Great guy, great Kevin Silverman. Great resource about knives, and he sold me a really nice chef's knife that I really like. I can't even tell you the brand of it, but I love it. And then what else do I use? Yeah, I don't use anything special. I don't do any work that warrants it. And so until then, like I usually buy knives for the job I have, not like just having knives to have them.
Okay.
Which a lot of that's my pet peeve.
When chefs have knives to have them.
I see these fucking dorks who don't know what the hell they're doing, don't know how to cook, but they have daddy's money and they have every tool under the fucking
They
sun.
just bought it, cuz.
Yeah, they just bought it. Like I remember this dude came in one day to like stage, which is like a working interview in restaurants. And it's like him into stage, and he has like all the tattoos, all these like chef tattoos, knives and food and stuff. Talks about how he loves food, had this giant briefcase knife roll with like 40 pieces in it. Dude can't even fucking cut chives right. Like
It was a little too perfect,
it was-
everything,
it was
yeah.
bad.
It was,
He was bad at everything.
manufactured.
he couldn't work. He was like, we'll take people pretty green if they have a right attitude. Like,
Yeah.
And if they're eager to learn and they can like take coaching. This guy just sucked. And I was like, how do you have every tool under the sun? You have like
But
a
you suck.
knife roll that costs probably thousands of dollars, and with everything you have in there.
Like a rich guy that just watched The Bear for the first time.
Absolutely, yeah. It happens all the time, dude. Like it's what's that Harry Potter quote? It's like it's a wizard, not the wand, or whatever. Like
Wait, so you were on Hell's Kitchen?
I was on Hell's Kitchen.
TV show?
Yeah, so
Very same.
Tad was on Hell's Kitchen, and he got fucking.
I didn't do good.
No, it wasn't even your fault. You got
very
fucked.
bad.
You got fucked.
I got fucked. I knew I was gonna get fucked. I should have done better.
But
That's what I tell myself.
let's talk Hell's Kitchen for a
Talk it.
minute.
Let's talk it. I'm
So you were on last season, right?
ready. A couple
2024,
seasons ago.
2023.
It came out.
There's like 4 a year, right? These seasons, they keep cranking them
Yeah,
out.
they record 2, and then they record 2 in the spring every year, and one goes out later that fall, one goes out next fall.
So how did you get selected? One.
I don't know how much I can talk about the casting process.
Okay.
Because of my NDA.
Okay.
But it was just a pretty normal casting process.
Who
for
did you
reality
blow?
shows. Yeah, right. I've sucked Gordon Ramsay's dick. No, yeah, it was a pretty normal casting process.
Did he yell at you
for
while you did
reality.
it?
Too much teeth.
You're a donut. Pretend you're a donut while you suck my dick.
But the casting process is pretty similar to most other reality show
Okay.
casting process from what I
Did
understand.
someone reach out to you, or did you apply? I guess, or can you not?
If I can say that.
All right, I'm not gonna
I'm
ask you
sorry,
any
I
more
just don't
questions
want to get
about
in
it.
trouble. I don't want to get
Mr. Secrets
I don't
over
want to get
here.
sued. I'm too poor to get sued.
Okay, let me ask you a different question.
But-
Did you meet and get to like spend time with Gordon Ramsay, or was it very like minimal
I got
interaction?
to meet him very briefly. It is pretty minimal. The shows are just like he's just so busy.
Yeah.
He's always filming stuff, and you follow him online. He does a bunch of TikTok content. Like dude's just always on the go. But I did get to meet him, get to talk to him for a second, even off camera. And I was there for a very short time. Obviously, I was there for effectively 2 days. And so had I stayed longer, I'm sure I would have had way more interactions. with him.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, cool experience. Got to briefly talk to him. Like some of the feedback I got from him wasn't all negative. Obviously they edit the show.
Yeah.
For time and everything, but like I had some like good experiences with him too that weren't just like me getting yelled at the whole time. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. I liked being on the show, even though I didn't do well. You can say I got fucked. I had a great time. I'd do it, especially now. I'd do it again because it made me like hungry.
Made you want to try harder?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, I mean, you mentioned it earlier about like me cooking being a gig or so like something I do. For the longest time, cooking was just a job. It was, I dropped out of college, I was living in New Orleans. Half the industry there is literally just service industry.
Yeah.
It's like half the jobs. So I was like a server. I worked at a Cold Stone Creamery. It was my first ever job.
Nice.
Which I went to the Cold Stone Creamery Cup, a competition where
so you were even good back then.
I'm just a try hard. That's all it is. If I'm going to do a job, I want to do it really well, no matter what job it is. So Cold Stone, I was bored out of my mind. I found out from watching videos online that people were doing like tricks and shit with the ice cream. And I was like, I could do that. I was like, I'm athletic. So
you were like a hibachi ice cream chef?
I started like flipping ice cream. There's a video online somewhere of like Tad Walters, Cold Stone Creamery Cup, of me. It's like my audition like film from like 12 years ago.
Tosses a Reese's into somebody's pocket.
I could literally like toss ice cream. I could toss it under my leg, catch it in a cup. I was tossing it behind my back and catching it. I was doing like bottle tricks with like the chocolate sauce and shit, like
That's
cocktail.
funny.
But it made me tips too. Like anytime I would work, I'd make like $20 more in tips than when anyone else would work by themselves because old ladies loved that shit.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Oh my God, they ate it up. Throw a little flirt in there with them too. You flirt with like the 80-year-old come by like 4 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Get a $5 bill in a wrinkly hand.
It'd be like $14 like for the ice cream. She's like, here's the 20. Thanks, Dolores.
So you were even good back then. Like, what was your first job like as a cook in New Orleans?
Pizzeria is called Reginelli's.
In New Orleans?
Yeah, it's like a small chain in New Orleans. It started like 20 years ago. Guy built it out a little bit. It's in New Orleans. It's been in, I think they've had one in Houston. I don't know if it's still there. It's expanded. I think there's one in Baton Rouge maybe, but mostly a New Orleans chain. Yeah, I worked at Reginelli's. I was a pizza boy, which was really cool. And looking back on it, it's really cool to look back at jobs where I wasn't thinking a lot about food. I was just like doing this job.
Yeah.
I had no interest in being a cook or a chef or even really thinking about what makes good things that much. I was just like doing the job, right, and being fast at it. And but I had a lot of fun. I got that job because I wanted to be a server there. A lot of my friends from college worked there. It was right next to Loyola where I went, where a bunch of my friends went, and a lot of them worked at this Reginelli's. And they're like, "Come work with us." I wanted to go apply as a server, and they're like, "We actually just like hired a server today, but we have a line cook job. He's something pretty cool, dude. You want to do that?" And the idea of a steady income and not server income, where you get like it was like kind of nice. I was like, maybe I won't be as poor if I have like 2 weeks to budget everything. So I took the job, really liked it. Really didn't feel like I was making food so much as I felt like I was just like hanging out with my friends making pizza.
Yeah.
Right? And then moved up here, worked at Bop and Grill on Belmont.
The Korean burger fusion place.
Yes, the very same.
There was an original one, I think, in Rogers Park before they moved to Belmont.
Yeah. No, there's two.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's one right by Loyola. They have the chicken katsu, which was really good. And then I worked at the one on Belmont. That was my first job here in Chicago.
Next to the Annoyance Theater.
Yes, the very same. And then I randomly got a job at Second City working in their kitchen because the chef there was college roommates with the like area manager, like regional manager of a Jimmy John's I was picking up shifts at in New Orleans. So like a month before I was moving to Chicago.
It really be who you know.
Dude, a month before I moved to Chicago, his name was Jensen. I don't even know his last name. He's like, oh,
his name was Jensen?
Jensen. His name was Jensen.
All right.
All I remember about him, cool dude, come in like once a month. He was like, hey man, I heard you moving to Chicago. I go, yeah. He's like, what are you gonna do up there? I was like, oh, I originally moved here to try to do comedy.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, I was doing stand-up down there. Scene down there, at the time, there was like nothing. There was like no really shows. There was like 3 mics.
I went down there like 2 years ago, and there was a couple clubs, but it wasn't much more than that.
I mean, Sports Drink opened up now, which is huge for them.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing really well. I love it.
It was like a Howl at the Moon or something like that.
Or Howling Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf.
Howling Wolf, that has a show. But yeah, I was doing mics. At the time, I was like, I feel like I'm better than a lot of. It was a lot of like 45-year-old dads in flame button-up T-shirts who were just cringy as fuck.
It's an interesting place to start because you feel first you feel empowered, and then you do it long enough, and you start to feel sad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't doing it long enough. I just had a couple shows, and I was like, I'm just up here. I'm a charismatic guy. I'm just here talking. I know I'm not good, but I'm better than most of these people.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I want to do this, and I had nothing else going on in my life, I was just working at a pizzeria.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to go somewhere more serious. Also, I want to do comedy. I don't know if I want to do stand-up. I've never done improv. I've never written.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do that. Right?
So what led you to Chicago,
So,
Second City,
came to
stand-up scene, the
Chicago,
whole
and then
thing?
Jensen was like, hey, my roommate is a chef at Second City.
Yeah.
You go work there. And I was like, cool. So I got that job. And looking back on it, like, that job was kind of legit for what it was. I mean, you've been in Second City. It's like bar food. They have theater food, pretzels.
Yeah, it's fine.
But for a while, I mean, at least when I was there, it was run by like he was a good chef. He ended up running, I think, the Paul's food program for a while after. I think now he's a private chef in like Florida. I don't even keep up with him. His name was Mark. Cool guy. Long Polish last name, I think. But he was really great. And looking back at it, we did a lot of like cool stuff we didn't have to for a restaurant inside of a movie theater. We're punching, soaking, and blanching our own French fries rather than frozen ones.
That's crazy.
Like we're cooking them in beef tallow, like Chicago style beef fat fries.
Yeah.
We were making aioli from scratch with fucking egg yolks that we're separating by hand every day. We're making chocolate mousse from scratch.
So you kind of learned a lot from that
Absolutely.
job.
That was the first job where, and all the people I worked for, I'd all gone to culinary school. They were all like chefs with a pretty good background.
So it was like a reputable job to grab.
Kinda. I had no idea. I went there just for another casual job. Like
I mean, it's a very well-known theater. Like,
and I don't even know if it's like that anymore. It probably isn't.
It got bought out by I think Rockstar Games during.
I think they probably got more like cookie cutter as time has gone on. Even when
they cut costs where they could. Yeah, I've noticed that.
When I was there, it was like all the sous chefs that had gone to culinary school had all worked at like some decent places. They were like legit. And so I was like actively learning every day. I mean, I remember it was the first time I had a job where a chef was like, "Oh yeah, here's why you cook it this way, so it'll taste different than if you did it this way or that." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool." And I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm just like, man, I need to start thinking of something. I was getting antsy, being like, I need a career, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing open mics, I'm doing comedy shows in the city, but like, and I like doing it, but as far as like, I need money, so I got and I don't like just working these. Doing something with real food and with intention is way more rewarding than just working at like a fast casual spot.
Totally.
And so from there, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this a little more seriously. And then we got a new chef. He sucked. So I went over to open Astor Hall on Michigan Avenue, which was like a hog salt for people in the city. They do Guilt Bar, Babettes, all those places. It's like their food hall. So it was a lot of different, little pop-up places for all. There's like High Five Ramen in there.
Does it still exist?
I don't know. I think it does. But I was opening it, and Hog Salt has like all these culinary directors and stuff. These really talented chefs. And when they open somewhere, they'll have them all come in and like train people how to do stuff. So because it was all these different.
Is Hog Salt national? It's not just regional?
I think it's Chicago, New York mostly, but I'm sure they're opening places elsewhere, especially small chevals are starting to pop up.
You're right, because I did just go to a New York Hog Salt. It was called Laser Wolf.
Mm-hmm. Cool name.
Yeah.
But like Hog Salt, this place, all these culinary directors and all these chefs were training everyone how to make all these different things for all the different stands in there.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like I was going to like kind of culinary school, almost like culinary boot camp on how to like cook.
Hog Salt College.
Kind of. And so I ended up learning
from raising them to learning from them.
Yeah, right. No.
Hey.
Yeah, we're there. But it was really cool, and that was where I got really good knife skills. Like the prep cooks I was working with were badasses, dude. Like there's this older guy named Pedro. He had the most mangled hands I've ever seen on a cook or person in my entire life. I'm talking like nubs missing, like huge scars from cuts. Like dude had been doing this since he was a kid, and he was like in his probably 50s.
He was clearly not that good at it for a while.
Well, his family was butchers.
Oh my
God!
God!
I remember asking him. He had like I think 1 or 2 nubs, and he was just like, "Oh, it's like a slicer." When he was like 10.
Ooh!
Like right off it, but it's crazy,
Damn.
dude. Watching him prep and like watching these older guys just fucking plow through shit was crazy, and it was like so inspirational, like so cool to watch. And that was where I leveled up a lot. And then from there is when I went to the goat restaurants.
Yeah.
Which I was still pretty green even when I got there.
Yeah.
As far as like learning about the struggle for me is I didn't grow up liking food a lot. I was a big picky eater.
Really?
So I even knew.
Are you a picky eater now?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Will you eat anything now? Or are there things you won't eat?
I'm still picky about things that I really like, but I'm not picky about what I'll eat. I'll eat anything, and I'll like most things. But
so
as far as
you've become more of a food snob, is what you're saying?
No, as far as what I really like, it's still trash. I think it's a lot of autism in me.
Okay.
I think it's just like I like my chicken.
You got that tism in you?
Oh, it's the ADHD. There's a lot of overlap.
You need the dino nuggets and the special sauce.
Exactly. Like there's stuff that I'm just like these are comfort things that I will always. Velveeta shells and cheese to me are one of the most delicious things on the planet. Straight up. Like you can even judge them up a little bit, right? Maybe some dry herbs, some pepper, nothing crazy, but automatically better, right? You know, cook the noodles so you're not blasting with boiling water. You like boil it, bring it down to where it's lightly boiling so the noodles aren't hammered. Simple things to like make it a little better. But at the end of the day, it's Velveeta shells and cheese. It's fucking good. It's scientifically made to taste good.
Yeah.
That's why when there are chefs who shit on like fast food or shit on stuff that's like bad, I'm like, this is scientifically made by people who like look at the molecules in food.
This is what people want.
Like spam fucking rips.
I went to the Spam Museum. Did you know there's 47 different flavors of Spam?
I didn't. Where is the Spam Museum?
It's in Austin, Minnesota.
That's fucking.
And the whole town is built around it.
You guys should go together.
Yeah, we should film the
The
Spam
Spam
Museum.
Museum?
I tried some of the weirdest
Bring
spams.
Sohrab.
Yeah, totally.
I agree.
Totally. You know, that'd be great for his diabetes. We're here trying to put Sohrab in a diabetic coma.
We're at the Spam Museum. We're gonna try all 47 flavors.
He got so mad at me.
800% salt each can.
We went golfing on Sunday, just like fucking around. We're both horrible. And I hit the ball so bad that like it almost hit these people. So I went over there to apologize. And so Rob's like embarrassed for me sitting in his golf cart with his head down. So I went over there and I go, I'm so sorry, guys. My friend just hit the ball wildly. And they go, oh, why didn't he come over then? I go, he's got diabetes. He can't get out of the cart. He was just like, what the
Just threw him under the bus. They feel bad now. They're like,
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
That makes sense for sure. That's so good. But
So on the
reps.
on Hell's Kitchen, did you feel like the stress they put you under for like the competitions that you did was as crazy as it looks like on TV, or was it a little bit more edited to be that insane?
No, for sure. Like their reality show, they definitely do things to fuck with you, right? Like
So you do feel like intense pressure when you're in that situation.
Oh, for sure. And I think too, like something I underestimated was the feeling of the cameras and like
Oh yeah,
the
they'd be
feeling
probably
of,
all
like,
over you.
Yeah, and the feeling of just like time management and stress management, just like in an unfamiliar. What really threw me off was I realized how reliant on my like preparedness of my day to be like at the time I would still consider myself a good cook. And I still think I was a better cook than over half the people on that show.
Yeah.
And I think I really crumbled under the like circumstances of the show more so than like not being a good cook.
Yeah.
Whereas now I think I've leveled up a ton since then. And I think I'm a better cook than most people that I was on that show with, minus probably the finalist. Right?
Do you think you'll get the opportunity to go back, or once you
I
do
don't
it,
think
you
they
can't?
bring people back who've been out as like the first one. If they did like a Biggest Loser, I would fuck shit up.
That would be cool.
And
Or maybe another one. Maybe go on Chopped or something.
I would come back with a vengeance. I don't even care. I don't even want to do food shows. I'm mad about that one.
You just want to get that one back?
Because like, again, I didn't think I was great. And I knew I wouldn't win. I knew I wouldn't sniff winning. I was a brand new sous chef. I'd never been a sous chef before. I've been a sous chef for 3 months before all of the process for getting casting started. Mm-hmm. And then I was a sous chef at a bakery. So I hadn't even been on the line before that for like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I had to remember how to work a line.
Yeah.
As well as it's an unfamiliar kitchen. Nothing is in its place that you would think it would be.
Is that the show where you're on tiered kitchens? You get like the bad
Next
kitchen?
Level Chef
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Yeah, you're right.
This one, you just like, they have challenges and then you just work service in like his kitchen with his menu. You have to learn all the pickups like on the fly, which now, if I had to do it, I think I would do a lot better at. My stress management's so much better. I can do things now without being prepared to do them.
Well, let's petition to get Tad back on Hell's Kitchen so he could reprove himself. Gordon, I know you out there. I know you watching because you watch every fucking episode. Let's get Tad back on there so he could prove himself.
And if not, Gordon, if you see me in the street, you can catch these hands. I will beat the shit out of that old man. I swear to God, dude. Tell me my food like
Well, how tall is Gordon Ramsay?
He's taller than me for sure, I think.
He is?
Yeah, I think once he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
And he is triathlon fit. He's fit. I could beat his ass.
Yeah, he can't fight?
I would beat his lily white butt to a pulp. 110%. Oh, no doubt in my mind.
What did you find to be, if you had to say one thing you learned from that you took away the most? That was a weird way to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
I think it was what I was just talking about. I think it was like, I didn't realize how reliant on like me being set up and having all my stuff in place and knowing where everything is, how important that was to me succeeding in a kitchen.
Yeah.
And that challenged me now to be like, I need to get better at like working on the fly and working like improvisationally, while also like, for my success in the future at restaurants, this is important. I need to have my routine. I need to make sure that I have all my like mise en place set. That's like a really big part of how my brain works.
Got it.
And I need that to succeed.
What did you get to cook while you were on Next Level?
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, sorry.
No, you're good. It was just like, it was all pretty traditional stuff. It was nothing crazy. Like there's a carbonara on the station. Like when I was actually there in service, I was basically on meat station. So I cooked steak and like an airline breast.
Cool.
Chicken. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just like cook it, salt, pepper, cook, and then I'm sure there's other accoutrement that chef was plating with at the past, but I like hardly did anything because I was there so little. We did a challenge with scallops, and then we did our signature dish at the beginning of the show.
Did you get sent home as part of a group?
No, I was the first one out. It was really embarrassing.
What caused the rift?
Everything bad. I did everything bad leading up to that point. What sucks is that
What caused it? Everything.
Everything bad.
Everything was bad.
It was one of those things where I fucked up. I was like the worst at the signature dish. And then we had our first challenge, and I wasn't the worst, but I was at the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Like one of the bottom
they took the
three.
mean average of the worst, and they picked you.
And then the first service happened, and I was like, if I don't ball out during service tonight, I'm 100% getting voted off.
Yeah.
And that was what happened. I even, when...
Did you stay in touch with any of the people that were on the show?
Yeah, when we're on the show, we're all writing our Instagrams down.
So you can follow
on a piece
each
of paper.
other?
And then
Yeah.
as we all... It was fun because even though I didn't know who got off, like, I didn't know what happened until, like, who won or anything until... I saw the show come out. And
Oh, wow.
watched
They
it.
really keep it under wraps.
But I could figure out a general idea of who was on the show based on who followed me on Instagram after we were all...
Because they get kicked off. You're like, okay, they got kicked off.
They check
Bob's
their phone,
gone.
They start adding me.
Cindy's
So I got a
gone.
general idea of like who was waiting. And also too, like when I was there, I got a pretty good idea of who the good cooks were right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
You get a sense.
I guessed the top 3 finalists from my first 2 days there.
Wow.
Like Jonathan and Ryan, who were I think the 2 finalists, and Sammy. They were
Who won your season?
Ryan Soul. Ryan Soul. Irish dude, really talented. Great.
Oh, okay, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Cool dude. I had dinner with him a while back when he came to town for I think it was the NRA convention, the Restaurant Association.
Not
the guns.
Thought he was buying guns. That definitely wouldn't be in Chicago.
But great chef. I could tell from the get-go that him and then Jonathan, who's the guy with the beard from California, I knew from the signature dish, I was like, they're very... And just how they talk to people, how they cook during service, you could tell that Jonathan... I thought Jonathan was going to win.
Okay.
And he made the second, so... But both of them are very talented. Sammy's very talented, too. She has a bagel spot. I think she opened up a sandwich spot, too, out in Venice Beach, in California.
Oh, yes, I do remember these people. I remember your season.
They're all really talented. They're all really cool. So I was glad to see them succeed. But yeah, it was one of those things where like there were people there where I was like mad that I got off before because I'm like, I'm a better cook than you. And it was just I played Quidditch. I knew that I was going to be.
You're leading me right to where I was exactly going to go.
Because I played Quidditch and I knew that they were going to talk about it and I knew that they were going to use that to make me one of the first people off.
Yeah, well, they gave you, which they didn't give most people, a full backstory on the Quidditch.
Yeah, which sucks because the theme was American Dream, right? And so, like, I remember the trailer came out for the commercial for the show came out, and it was like, this season's Hell's Kitchen, the American Dream. Like, someone's gonna reach their dream of working for Gordon Ramsay's, kitchen, blah blah. And then it would cut away and be like, some of the different chefs being like, I was born addicted to drugs.
I was born for 14
years
years till I became a chef.
I was born addicted to drugs. Someone's like, I've been homeless. I've been jobless. And it's like, I play Quidditch. And I was like, come on, man.
They're like, you lame
I have
ass.
struggles, too.
That's the.
It was tough. I was like, come on, this is tough. And then also just like, everyone kept being like, it's my dream to work for Gordon Ramsay and just being like, I want this so bad. And I'm sitting there like, it is not my dream to work for Gordon Ramsay.
You're like, if I win, it's cool. But other than that, I don't give a fuck.
I'm here because this is a cool opportunity and I want to do this and it'd be fun. And it was pretty, everyone was just like, I want to work for him so bad. Ryan Soul was like, my dad's dream was to work for Gordon Ramsay. I want to work for Gordon Ramsay. And I'm like, this is really weird.
Do you think part of why you got kicked off was because you weren't drinking the Kool-Aid and they could tell?
Maybe.
They were like, this guy is not in our...
I was also really pragmatic in my confessionals. I didn't want to talk. I wanted to come off good on TV. So the only person I talked shit about was Jason, who was from the get-go the villain of the show.
Yeah.
And he was really annoying. So I talked shit about him. But everyone else, I was like, they were trying to get me to say shit. They're like, yeah, so you're like mad at Brad when he did that thing. And I was like, no, I kind of fucked up. That was kind of on me.
So they tried to incite all that.
I was too self-aware. I mean, I knew they would.
They were like, "Did you see that? Did you see that Ryan gave you the finger behind your back? How do you feel about that?"
Yeah,
and he called you gay.
I'd be like, "Valid. I do have earrings. That is fair."
Well, okay, so we got to talk about it before we get out of here. You play professional Quidditch.
Yeah, I play Major League. It's called quad ball now.
Is it?
Yeah,
So you're separating yourself from the Harry Potter world a little bit.
Yeah, we hate J.K. Rowling. The sport itself is pretty trans inclusive. We have a lot of people who are non-binary or gender fluid or just or trans, just who don't like that J.K. Rowling is a person that hates trans people.
So is the
and
separation really away from J.K. Rowling, not from being like part of a Harry Potter book?
It's both, right?
Okay.
So that it was twofold. One was that. Two, it was for people who are coming to the sport being like, we want to put money into the sport, especially for Major League Quad Ball, but we can't because everything's trademarked.
Oh, Quidditch
Right?
is trademarked.
Even like USQ for a while, US now Quad Ball, used to be Quidditch, would get sent cease and desist all the time. Anytime they did promotional items with like a Nike zip up that had like the USQ logo or something, they get sent a cease and desist from Warner Brothers. We were just under the thumb of them for so long. So we changed the Quad Ball to open up hopefully some more partnership opportunities with companies.
Did it work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you like part of the commission of Quad Ball?
Not a commission. There's definitely it's a pretty insular community, especially in the United States. And so there is like an upper echelon of players who've been around for a while who do a lot of like the volunteer load for it. Shout out Amanda Dallas and Christian Barnes, who basically run like US Quad Ball. Like they make the organization work so that people can come and play the sport and get to play it. And so like I play on a club team throughout most of the year, fall and spring, called Boom Train, who won nationals 2 years ago.
What? Okay, let's do some definitions.
Yeah.
Like what does club team mean?
So club is the equivalent of just like anyone can play. So this is like for adults who come together to play quad ball. We go to like tournaments throughout the season.
But you guys are good. Do you do tryouts?
Yeah, so our team has
So not
tryouts.
anybody can play.
Yeah, so our team has historically had tryouts. It's 21 people per team. We usually take 30-ish people for our full team every year. And then throughout
So
the
there's
year,
second stringers?
So yeah, throughout the year, people go to tournaments. Some people can't go to tournaments, so we let some of the people who are on, the 9, 10 people left to get shots at it. And then for the nationals, we cut 9 people, 9, 10, 12 people. Some of them, that was their plan the whole time. They planned to just practice and hang out and be part of the team. Some people, I almost got cut one year when I was having a pretty rough year. I was the 4th string at my position.
Yeah.
And I almost got cut. It was me and another guy, and it was the first time in my 14 years playing the sport I'd always been really good. So it was the first time and then we won nationals that year, That's how good that team was.
Who runs the team?
I have a coach who's one of my best friends named Nathan Digman.
Does he make those final calls?
Him and the coaching staff. So we have so I'm on staff now. I'm one of the
Okay.
assistant coaches for my club team. We have 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us. And then for Major League Quad Ball, similar. We have a coaching staff of 5 people. I'm also an assistant coach for the Chicago team called Chicago Prowl.
Is there which one's higher?
There's not really high. So MLQ,
Which one gets to do more stuff, I guess?
MLQ to me is cooler
Uh-huh.
from a spectator standpoint. They focus on series play, so you play one team at a time for a series of 3. So we'll travel.
like baseball almost.
So we'll travel to Minneapolis and we'll do 3 games in a row and play a series, and that's our summer league.
Okay.
And then we have a championship weekend where this year we lost in the semifinals to the New York Titans, who we've had a big rivalry with for a while.
So
Chicago New York rivalry in quad ball is
Major League Quad Ball US based?
yeah. So Major Quad Ball has 15 teams in the North, East, and the South.
And your other club team, though, I saw is worldwide, right?
It can be.
Didn't you go to Australia one year or something?
So club teams is just for USQ. But there's no it's not Chicago based specifically. So we
Okay.
are based out of Chicago, but this year we have 2 teams. We have an A team and a B team. So we included players who might not live in the Chicagoland area, but who want to play for us. So this year we have several teammates in Canada.
Okay.
We have people in Louisiana. We have people in Michigan, Minnesota that play on our club team. But our major league team is just in Chicago because there's a radius. So people live in Chicago or Indiana for the most part.
Didn't you travel to play Quidditch though, or quad ball?
There's also international quad ball. There's a World Cup every 2 years. And so I am a quarter Mexican. My grandmother's Mexican. Mi abuelita.
Yeah.
And she's Mexican, which apparently allows me to play on Team Mexico. So this year I was the assistant coach for Team Mexico for QMX, and I went to Brussels and played in the Quad Ball World Cup with 32 other countries.
So this is a worldwide sport.
Worldwide sport.
What does US have a team like Team Mexico does?
Yeah.
Did
So
you
US
play
is-
for Team Mexico, or would you just coach at this point?
I played for Team Mexico.
I mean for Team here, Team US.
Yeah, Team SA. So I tried to be on Team SA for several years. There was years where I probably got relatively close to it, but for the most part, the players that are on now are better than me. Hot take. I'll name some names. I'll say now. There's some players that are Team SA that are not better than me, but that's okay. That's fine. That's ball. You know what I mean?
That's
politics. And I'm sure, dude, if any Quidditch people watch this, they're going to be like, Tad thinks so highly of himself. Probably a little true. I think I'm one of the best in the world at what I do, personally, but some people may or may not.
Hey, that's a
have
good
that,
attitude,
in
man.
my opinion. Oh, I mean, it'd also be embarrassing to not be it. You can't play Quidditch for 14 years and suck at it. That's the most embarrassing thing. Like, that does exist.
You know what's worse than that, or on par?
What?
Doing improv really badly for a long time.
Oh,
Even one time. There's
That's-
nothing harder to watch than bad improv.
For people watching this who are like, this sounds dumb as fuck, I want to offer this. Just like improv.
Yeah.
So improv is something you probably agree with. That's where at?
This is your
this one
camera,
here. I
yeah.
have the one pacing at me. I was like, with improv and Quidditch or quad ball are very similar in that 90% of it is dog shit.
Uh-huh.
But the 10% that's good is like really good. Like
Yeah.
really good improv.
To make a living doing it, you got to be really good.
Improv is fucking good.
Yeah, TJ and Dave, one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, when you see really good improv and you're like, holy shit, this has to be scripted. This
Yeah.
is like so insanely good.
One of the ESPNs yet?
It has been. So a couple of years ago.
ESPN The Ocho?
A couple of years ago, we got a chance to play. I was actually on it. We got to play on ESPN 8 The Ocho. And so,
For real?
Yeah, so
I was just doing the
my
dodgeball.
My TV credits are Hell's Kitchen and ESPN. So
ESPN The Ocho.
Not bad. Not bad.
When you were on the Ocho, was it like when you were on the Team Mexico?
So the Ocho we ended up having this like small. So Team Canada came down. Team USA was there, and then the Team USA Developmental Academy. So like the under 24
Sure.
team played, and then I was there as a volunteer, and then I snitched the game. So the snitch is called a flag runner now for quad ball.
Oh, I thought you told on
golden-
somebody.
Is the golden ball? Yeah.
Oh, right, the golden snitch.
Golden
I remember
ball.
from the
It's a
book.
person now. They're basically a referee.
You have
and
to.
They run
snitch
around
the-
with like a flag on the back of their shorts,
Uh-huh.
and then the seekers have to try to grab that flag for 30 points, so 3 goals worth.
So the referee's got to run the whole time.
Not the whole time. They come out at 20 minutes. So
But he's got to run for 20 minutes and evade
there's
people.
20 minutes of 6v6, people trying to score, dunk on each other. You can throw dodgeballs at each other if you're a beater. And then at 20 minutes, the flag runner comes out, and then it's seekers trying to grab that flag to get 30 points for their team. But that flag runner is usually like someone my size or bigger, and they'll like throw people on the ground, shove them down, throw them around. Like they're
Was that your job?
yeah. And so the seekers are coming after me, and I'm like throwing them around. That's what like I'm a pretty physical player and flag runner. And so yeah, that's I think a really fun part of it.
Uh-huh.
It's a little silly. It definitely looks a little silly. But I think the broom's way sillier than that. I'm anti.
Is there a broom still?
I'm anti-broom.
Or do you guys have like
there is a broom and
PVC
it
pipes
sucks.
now?
There's a broom. It's PVC pipes, but they still call it a broom.
Do you have to put the fucking bristles on the end?
No, we used to play with bristles, and when I first started, like in college, when you go to nationals, they had these like Harry Potter replica brooms that were wooden with like the bristles and everything. They were horrible. They would like chafe your legs real bad,
Uh-huh.
the bristles, and sometimes the hay was so thin it would get stuck in your leg like a needle.
Oh my
So
god.
after a game, you'd be like pulling it out. And
That's
you're,
so
like, tackling
stupid.
People, so wooden brooms were breaking.
Yeah.
Really pointy and stabbing people too. But
So
now it's
you
just
played in the rough days.
yeah, and it's a really physical game. Like it tackle wise, it's very comparable to rugby.
Okay.
There's not as many tackles as rugby because it plays like basketball. So imagine you're in a half court basketball defense, but instead of you can charge people, but they can also tackle you. That's kind of the difference.
All right, I got 3 questions
Let's
on
hear it.
this.
Let's hit them.
All right, what country goes the hardest for Quidditch?
It traditionally has been the USA.
It has been the
It
U.S.
started in the US, so we had a leg up, but also we're one of the biggest countries it plays.
What's the second hardest one? Is there like a weird one out there?
No, I would say now probably Belgium. Belgium is the only
Belgium.
team. Belgium and Australia are the only teams to win the World Cup outside of the U.S. The U.S. has won 2012. They won again in 2014. They lost in the finals in 2016 to Australia in a very controversial game. And that was it. And then 2018, they beat Belgium in the finals. 2023, beat Germany in the finals. And then this year, the U.S. lost to Germany in the semifinals. First time they've ever lost in the semifinal. And then they lost the game for bronze against Australia. So they lost the only time they've ever lost twice at nationals.
That means these other
Or
teams
sorry,
are
at
getting
World Cup.
better.
They are. It's really cool. As someone who's been in this, like I've never played internationally before, been wanting to for the longest time. So when I got the opportunity to play on Team
Yeah.
Mexico, I was like, I have to. I want to see what my medal is like against these other beaters. There are some pretty good people that play internationally. I was like, I want to play against these international players.
Yeah.
See how good I am.
The international beaters.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's a guy I've been watching for the better part of 10 years in Belgium who helped carry them to a World Cup championship this year. I've been wanting to play for a decade. And I got to play him twice, and that was awesome.
Obviously, this started from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And J.K. Rowling did explain the sport pretty thoroughly, if I remember. How accurate is the quad ball you play today to like the Quidditch in the fucking children's book?
Nothing like it at all. I mean,
Okay.
there's no flying. The balls are different, obviously. Obviously, dumbass.
There's no flying?
but-
You guys aren't even flying?
I mean, you asked if we still have the broom, so I didn't know how far I had to get down the rabbit hole. It's very different. The scoring's different. The snitches it used to be like 150 in the books or something.
Yeah.
And it made the rest of the game not matter. So I think the joke, like the story, is that she wrote it when she was mad at her like boyfriend or ex-boyfriend who loves sports, and she made Quidditch to make fun of sports.
Oh,
She
she
made
got
it
some demons,
She
this
made
lady.
it to seem really dumb that sports are that you can just catch the snitch at the end and none of it matters.
Yeah.
Which happened a lot in the books. So in the real game, the snitch is only worth 30 points, so 3 goals essentially.
So it still can change a game,
Exactly.
but not as
More
drastically.
often than not, the team that catches the snitch will win, but not always.
And if you played the old way, they'd always win.
Almost always, yeah.
So, okay. Where do you see quad ball going in the future? Like, obviously it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Do you one day maybe see it like being at like a college sport you can get a scholarship to? Do you see it being like a professional sport played? Or do you think it'll always be its own little niche thing?
I think it's going to be a niche thing for a long time unless they want to give up some of the things that make it niche, right? So like I said earlier, I'm anti-broom. I wasn't a Harry Potter kid.
That's a strong stance to take in Chicago, man, being anti-broom.
Oh, dude, people on the Reddit hate it.
Yeah, do they?
People on the quad ball Reddit hate that I'm anti-broom.
Do all players unanimously go anti-broom and the spectators like it?
I think it's the opposite.
Okay.
I think I talk about quad ball a lot. I'm here on this podcast talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. So I don't want people to like. I don't need people to think it's cool. But I want people to just acknowledge it as just like a normal, like saying you play club soccer.
I want people to stop making fun of me.
Yes. But
You don't have to think it's cool, just don't make fun of me.
Here's the thing, though. It's like, again, I'm not a Harry Potter kid. I've made fun of it when I started, so I get it. I was a skeptic. I wouldn't have played it unless, like, the only reason I played it in the first place because I went to a small liberal arts school that had no other sports teams. Like,
Wait, so they played this at college?
Yeah, I found it in college. I didn't know what Harry Potter
No
was.
way. It was an intramural game?
Kind of.
Okay.
It was a club sport for us. So I showed up. I wanted to play rugby. Our rugby team sucked, and they never practiced when I first started college. And the only thing I saw left was Quidditch. I didn't know what it was. I go to the tryout. I realize when I'm walking up, I see the hoops. I'm like, oh, it's that Harry Potter thing. And then I see them running around on brooms, and I'm like, absolutely not. This is so stupid. And I found out later that a year before or 2 years before, you had to wear a cape. When they first started it, I started playing it like 6 years after it started.
Had you had to wear a cape, would you have been out?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I would not have played.
Yeah.
I just would have not played sports. I just would have gotten really fat. I think. I ended up losing my first 2 years of college 30 pounds because I started. I was like, I started playing the sport. My friends from orientation I'd met were playing, and they seemed pretty cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm already here. I'll play it. I'm not having fun. The broom's fucking stupid. And then I see these people like falling on each other.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what are they doing? They're like, oh, you can tackle people. And I played football for like 6 years.
So you're like, this is.
And I was just like, oh, I can tackle
This is
people?
fun, yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I was like, say less. And our team was like a third athletes who had played a sport before and 2/3 people who've never played a sport and loved Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So I just start fucking up nerds.
Yeah.
Like, I just start fucking like spearing the shit. And it's like, and it sucks is it's like co-ed too.
Yeah.
So I'm like spearing the shit out of these like 5'5" women, just like obliterating people.
It's so
like,
funny.
Guys my size too, nerds, but they're all nerds. And I'm just like decking people, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like, this is pretty great. And then they're like, oh, but we play tournaments against other colleges.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can tackle other schools' nerds?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
The ultimate bully sport.
For sure. I was like, oh, I was a nerd in high school.
All you
Now
have to
I
do
can
is
go
wear
in
a cape and ride a broom to get in, and you
But
can
you're
fuck
in.
up all the
But-
nerds you
But
want.
here's the thing. Then we started playing like the state schools, right? Like I remember we played LSU,
Mm-hmm.
who at the time was like number 4 in the country, right? And we show up, and their team is like over half of them are like actual legit athletes, like, talented. We play UT. UT that year put out a sexy calendar. Their whole team had 6-packs. Like UT used to.
They put out a Quidditch
They
calendar.
did. They had sexy calendar was a fundraiser.
Bro, did anybody
And I was-
buy it?
Oh, people loved it because everyone else was ugly, and then ugly, horny nerds. They were like, oh, hot people that play our sport. People were obsessed with them
It's so
because they were
funny.
actually athletic. Like it was mind blowing.
They were the Savannah Bananas of quad
I
ball.
remember being like, oh, that's a good reference. I remember watching them just being like, oh shit, that's like you can like get good at this and like be athletic and like get good. I was like, all right, cool. So I started caring about it a lot.
Yeah.
That's how I got like into it. And then from there on out, I became like I was one of the better players on my college team. I started a club team in New Orleans, came up here, started that club team that I'm on now called Boom Train. Yeah, and just been in it since. But the game changes a lot. You asked about the rules. I see the little hand signal. It was like a baseball catcher. But the rules change all the time because the sport's so new. Every couple of years, someone devises a strategy that's like becomes like OP, and they have to nerf it with the rule change. So it's kind of cool to almost be in like
You're watching the development of the game and the rules be written.
and to play it into sometimes I've been there, or I've been one of the reasons while they're changing the rules, which is a cool feeling to feel.
Yeah, you're shaping the game.
Yeah, like I'll devise a strategy, and then the next year or two, they're like, "Oh, we gotta like change the rules to."
I love that there's a committee figuring this shit out.
Yeah, it's cool, and sometimes they're really bad at it. Like, who are these people to just make? Who are they to make a rule for a sport?
They're just
have they
people.
done this before?
Yeah.
No, they're just random people that play this dumbass sport. Which sometimes is cool, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
It's poorly run in some ways.
Hey, it's in its infancy stages.
But it's neat. It's neat to be a part of that. The community is really cool. I learned a lot about, like, especially coming from East Texas, I learned a lot about, like, race issues, LGBTQ stuff, like, gender, through a lot of my teammates. I mean, played on a team in New Orleans. Our team was, like, mostly people of color.
Yeah.
Which, like, my high school was very diverse, but, like, I still had come-ups coming from Texas. I didn't know you couldn't say the N-word until I was 19.
Really?
One of my Quidditch teammates heard me rap it in a song and was like, you can't do that. And
That's
I was
what he-
like,
damn.
really? My black friend back home said I could. He was like, nah, man.
I got the pass.
And then he told me why, and then I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it's cool that was like a way. That's how I learned about like.
It's cool that you learned to stop saying the N-word. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't get my ass beat living in New Orleans, not knowing I couldn't say the N-word.
Yeah, Jesus.
Whether it's that, learning about gender, like the community's cool. A lot of like I have some of my best friends, period, in my life that are from the sport. Like getting married this year. I'm in so many weddings just because of it.
Wild.
I love it. The sport's great. I think it is the most interesting, strategically interesting sport I've ever played, and I've played a ton of sports in my life.
That's very cool,
It's just
man.
the broom sucks. Get rid of the broom. We're making money. Quad ball to the fucking moon. Get rid of the broom. Here and there first. Start a movement.
Who's the biggest quad ball sponsor?
Biggest quad ball sponsor?
It's like Red Bull in the game yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to think. I would say either Breakmark, who I'm a sponsored player by, which is an ultimate apparel company.
Say what? What'd you say? Scholastic? Hooked on phonics?
Yeah, was anyone else? I saw a meme the other day that was like, I hated capitalism the moment I was broke at a Scholastic book fair. And I was like, that's so fucking real, dude. I used to be poor as fuck trying to get those little like
Those little ribbons that you change in for the things, yeah.
I hated that. I fucking hate the 1% now because of that. Anyway, yeah, I think there's a jersey company called Diaza that does a lot of stuff for Major League Quad Ball. Breakmark has gotten into the game doing a lot of jersey stuff for quad ball players. I'm actually a sponsored Breakmark player, so I have a signature Tad Walters line that you can actually buy
Nice.
on Breakmark. Which
You
is
make
actually,
royalties?
I get a couple, yeah.
Cool.
It's based on the design from Sauteed Stand Up, actually.
Oh, shit.
Cooking comedy show we have here in Chicago. So
Cool. I think I've seen you wear the jersey.
I think they're sick.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They have like cool flames. Like the person that designed them, she used to design stuff for Second City.
Okay.
Like all their like from like main stage promotional stuff. They go on like buses and stuff.
Yeah.
Jess Fang, incredible designer. Like if I had money, I'd buy so much of her art. She designed them for me. She's incredible. But yeah, Breakmark's big. Diaz is big. There's a couple companies that'll sponsor teams. I think there's one called like Salt Athletic that does like jersey bags that make your cleats not smell bad.
Sure, that's a good idea.
I think like Elementi.
Oh, yeah, I know them.
Think
I heard of them.
They've had stuff, so nothing crazy yet. And yeah, I think there's people who want to put money into the sport, but we're not in a place right now to where that's like feasible or where it'd be like money making.
They're keeping an eye on you. They're waiting.
Exactly. If we got rid of the brooms, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, you heard them. You heard them, you fucking broom Nazis. Get rid of those fuckers.
Hey, comment below if you think we should get rid of the brooms. There should be all. I'm gonna get so much quad ball hate on the Reddit. Someone's gonna post a clip of this somehow on the Reddit and be like, Tad Walters being a dumbass.
The enemy to quad ball.
Oh, I'm like the bad boy of quad ball.
I love you, bad boy at quad. That should be your next tattoo, bad boy at quad
That's
ball.
been my title for a while. That's on my Tinder bio.
That's
I don't tell anyone I play quad ball. I don't tell any women that I want to fuck that I play quad
It
ball.
must eventually come out.
It has to.
They
It's
must
all
think you're like
toxic,
secretly gay if you're like taking a bag and going to a practice you can't talk about.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm flying.
Don't come.
I'm flying to New Orleans just for fun. They're like,
And I'm
"That
taking
sounds
this
normal."
gym bag with me.
And I'm taking cleats. Dude, there was one day.
And my broom.
There was one day I got on the train to Midway, and there was two guys. I had my headphones in. These two guys sat next to me, and they're like homeless. And at one point, like tapping my shoulder, and they start talking to me as I get my headbutt out or my earbud out, and he's like, oh, blah, blah, we're about to smoke right now. Is that all right with you? Just letting you know. And I like just smoked a joint right before I got on the train. I'm like, oh, dude. I just smoked. I smoke at home all the time. You're totally fine, man. I don't care. They're like, whoa, really? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, cool. Put my headphone back in. They start smoking crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, just start smoking
Did
crack.
you join them?
Well, they looked at me and then they're like, yeah.
One in Rome, baby.
I was like, but I was also like, I can't smoke crack right now.
Before you go to the airport?
Before I go to the airport, yeah.
That sounds like an adventure.
Crack, but I was talking about weed.
On special occasions.
Now I know why they were like, oh, hell yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Girl. But then they see my cleats and they're just like, what's the cleats for? I'm high. I'm having a good time with the crackheads. I'm like, oh, it's for Quidditch. And I start pitching these homeless guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, follow Chicago Prowl on Instagram. We got a game coming up against the Minneapolis Monarchs next month. You should come. You guys should show up.
Did they show up?
No.
It's insane that the crackheads asked you if you minded.
That was really nice.
That's so nice.
That's
That's
so
really
nice.
Genuine crackhead behavior.
They're the nicest crackheads I've met outside of my auntie.
Because they just dabble, probably. They just do it on special occasion.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. We're letting loose, do a little crack. Not the kids are wife's out of town. Do a little crack on the orange line.
All right, we're going to get out of here in a minute because I know you got to go. But before we do, I'm going to ask you 5 quick questions.
Okay.
We call this rapid fire. I think this will be fun because you're Quidditch, chefing, and all that. One day, maybe you'll be a chef for a Quidditch team when this becomes
big
pro
time.
and you've retired out.
I used to do what you guys do.
Yeah, you're that guy who's always like, yeah, I used to be kind of big back in my day.
Could have made money if I didn't blow my knee out.
And you can't say yours right now or one that you've worked at. What's your favorite restaurant in Chicago?
Favorite restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah, rapid fire. First thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it.
Okay, I say Galit.
Oh.
Michelin star restaurant. Zach Ingles. I went to Tulane, New Orleans, vibe there. I went and staged there. A lot of my friends have worked there. I have a friend there who's the executive sous chef now.
Galit's in Lincoln Park, right?
It is.
It's on
right by
Lincoln.
DePaul.
Yeah.
Right by DePaul. They also have Cafe Yaya's, their casual spot next door, also really good.
Okay.
I think as far as if you want a really approachable 1 Michelin star restaurant, doesn't break the bank, delicious food, I think Galit.
Galit? Okay.
I love Galit.
What is your what's your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? I gotta go New Orleans Pelicans, man.
New Orleans
I
Pelicans.
started loving basketball when I
That's almost nobody's answer.
I know, right? I went to school in New Orleans and I started watching basketball while there with one of my Quidditch teammates and got really into it. And there's a lot of overlap between that and Quidditch, so I started to love the Pelicans. It was Zion, we had
Zion Williamson
Anthony
got
Davis
drafted,
still
yeah.
when I was there, and then eventually we got Zion. So it was always something to be excited about and then sad about
Yeah.
later.
When they inevitably had to get rid of them.
Every time we get a player who's good, I'm always really excited, and then they always do fine, and then they leave.
Yeah.
But in general, I just
Bulls.
can't help but be a Pelicans fan. I also just think the branding's sick.
Yeah.
So love it.
What is the craziest story you've heard from a fellow chef or cook?
Craziest story I've heard from a fellow chef.
Because I know they be doing crazy shit in the kitchen.
I mean, dude, the craziest are ones I'm like, this is gross. I've heard of people getting head in the office of a restaurant.
Oh, that's pretty
One
regular.
of the front house managers. I've heard of as far as people angry and shit. This is bigger ones. I've seen people fucking throw plates at walls. I've heard of that happening to people. I've heard of people who used to get slapped with the back of a knife by their chef. I've heard people get stabbed at work.
There we go.
before.
That's an insane one.
Not stabbed but an accident stab.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Accident.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Fucking Pedro losing 4 stubs of his fingers.
Yeah, I was thinking more along
Slicer,
those lines. That's a wild one.
I don't know. If nothing, I feel like nothing really scares me at this point.
What's the coolest piece of advice you've learned while being a chef or on your road to be a chef?
Intentionality matters.
Okay.
Like
putting an intention out there for what you want to do, before you get into it.
intentionality matters for what you're making and how you're making it, right? I used to work at all these fast casual restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I cooked chicken, right? But when you work at nicer restaurants and you have more time to do it and it's more important, and the chicken comes from this expensive chicken raised by this farmer in this special area, there's I want to treat it right.
Yeah.
So I want to pay more attention to it, and that's how the good cooking.
It's a $500,000 hog, baby.
Yeah, exactly. You got to put intention into it, right? The way Chef John Shields talks about lettuce and washing it, he's like, when you're washing lettuce, don't just shove it around and break all the leaves. handling like their light bulbs in the water. You don't want to break them, and like watch them like bloom in the water and like see how beautiful they are. And I remember just hearing that, and I was like, I've never thought of food like that before. Like intention matters.
If you had one piece of advice to give to the people right now, you get one sentence, one thing to pass on. What's it gonna be?
Like it's a choice to be happy. Sometimes.
Yay, that's a good one.
It's a choice to be happy. It sucks, and the real answer is that it's not.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you just flat out have to choose. Like, you're going to be having a horrible day. Oh, and I have horrible days all the time. And I have to sit here and be like, all right, and there's so much horrible shit going on in the world that it's easiest to not be happy.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be like, okay, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to do these things that make me happy. Because I like need to, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like wallowing in it. And it's like, it sucks because that just isn't the answer for a lot of people and it shouldn't be the answer. But sometimes you just have to be like, I need to be happy today, so I'm going to be happy today. In some way, shape, or form. Like, or else you'll fucking die.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tad Walters. Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And that's a wrap.
BK Chop.
Fuck yeah, subscribe.